to think about. Look, I just dropped the room.
Yeah.
So I know you opened for Jay Mohr recently.
You want me to talk about that one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man. Do you think he'll see this?
I don't know.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
fuck him.
fuck Jay Mohr. Yeah.
He's like, I don't know. Was he a nice guy?
Oh no.
Okay, because we're not the biggest.
I'll only speak.
We're not the biggest fans of him, but
Yeah. Well.
Well, actually, we weren't fans for him for a very long time, and then recently, I'm sure you saw the video of Bert Kreischer
Yes.
talking about how he got
Still in it.
slapped and shit. So he didn't slap you, did he?
No, that's.
Well, I hope.
First off, look at me. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like 5 inches taller than this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yes, Bert Kreischer's pretty fucking big dude.
That blew me away, bro.
Like Bert Kreischer, you pussy.
It's not just
Well,
that. He
yeah.
also stole
Fucking
stole
pussy-ass
material from Bert.
Yeah, he steals a lot.
Yeah.
We need to talk about that too, stealing. And after you talk about this,
He had me worried about some shit. Man, all right. So I didn't know I was going up at 5:41. Matt Coleman called me and was like, I got called into work basically because his feature showed up late. So I get there. I think the show starts at 7. Jay Mohr's not there. 7:05 rolls around. Jay Mohr's still not there.
is that his time slot? 7:05.
The show supposed to start 7. And I'm like, yo, I need to know what he wants me to say to bring him up. Like, he's kind of got to be here.
So you're a host.
Yeah, I'm hosting / featuring.
Okay.
I'm hosting, but I'm doing 25 minutes off the top.
and then
Okay.
you bring him in.
And then I bring him up. 2-man
Okay.
show. And he had another dude for the rest of the weekend. He just couldn't be there for the early show. So, fucking, I do my time. I do 25 minutes. And 7:30, I check my time. And I'm like, okay, time's done. I didn't see the light, so I thought maybe I missed it. You know what I mean? It happens all the time. I just knew my time was done. I'm like, all right. I looked in the back. I didn't see him. I was like, well, let's give this a shot. Give it up for Jay Mohr. Nobody there. Oh, you're good. Thanks. Nobody's fucking there. Nobody. And I'm like, well, let's go back out and do more comedy. You're in a cage match at that point. If there's nobody to tag you out.
Has that ever happened to you before?
One other time, but it wasn't his fault. He had pancreatitis.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And he was like,
fuck.
he was barely getting through the fucking door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was this was.
Had you seen him at all before the show? At all?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing. And
Not even throughout the day.
No one's even telling you anything.
No, apparently, like coming through Blythe, his car ran out of gas, so he had to take his skateboard to a fucking gas station.
What?
Which imagine fucking 50-year-old Jay Mohr holding a gas can, riding down the road on a birdhouse. You know what I mean? Fucking Tony Hawking his way to a fucking Circle K.
This is what you're being told?
This is what I was told. Yeah. So I go back out, and it's like 7:40. At this point, I've done over 30 minutes.
Jesus.
Like I've almost closed the show.
Is it still empty?
At this point. Nobody's there. And right as I'm about to start another joke, it's like 5 minutes long. I see the light. And I'm like, okay, fine. I cut that joke short, and I'm like, all right, everybody. You seen a special Comedy Dynamics American Treasure, I think it was? Jay Mohr. He comes out, bro, and he's got he's all paparazzi'd up, man. Like he's got a fucking full on beanie. The collar's flipped up. He's got sunglasses and a mask and like
hiding his face.
Like
he's hiding from the paparazzi.
It felt that way. You know what I mean? And I'm like, bro, you're a long way away from Bob Sugar. You know what I mean? Nobody remembers Jerry Maguire anymore, bro. No,
yeah.
And nobody's showing you the money. So just anyway. So he goes up,
and then you just hear,
and he doesn't say, he doesn't say thank you for covering for me. It was nothing like that. There was
Did he do a set?
Yeah.
So he just grabs the mic.
He grabs the mic, and then he looks at me, and he's like, "Is that your brother?" And I'm like, "Who?" He's like, "The guy in the crowd. Is that your brother?" And I'm like, "No, that's not my fucking brother, man." I was the comic,
What the fuck?
So yeah, the show goes on. He stands like this, and he stands like 6 feet away from the mic, and he's talking, and it's weird, man. It was a weird set, and
were people laughing?
Not as much. Yes and no. Like he would get some laughs, but
did he ever take his glasses off? Or
he
anything?
was messed up, man.
Oh, you think he was fucked up?
Dude, he had to be.
Yeah.
How long was his set?
That sucks.
I think he ran the light by like 19 minutes. And this is after showing up 40 minutes late. So they had to push. I ended up getting added to the late show as well, and I met his feature. His feature was a nice guy, Bill Dawes.
Did he say anything? Like,
no. So I walked in the green room to get information about Bill. You know, like credits to bring him up with. And the second I walk in the green room, Jay kind of flips out. He's like, COVID. I'm like wearing a mask. You know what I mean? But he's like, COVID. And he's like, I can't be in here with more than 2 people. And grabs his quesadilla and his nachos and goes and sits outside where everybody is walking by.
Do you think he's freaking out because of Arizona being such a major place? Or
why would you go to a more trafficked area?
Yeah.
That didn't make any fucking sense. And then he dropped his nachos and ate one of the nachos. He was so fucked up he ate floor nachos.
Was there at least 3-second rule?
I guess. No. He had to set the plate down to pick him up. It was at least 10 seconds. And then he said and then he set his other plate down next to it on the floor. Like that was more sanitary. This whole time I was asking questions that there was no answer to. The only answer was there was something there.
Do you think maybe he was already obligated to the gig and didn't want to do it and just had to do it?
Man, I don't know, man.
Did you have any preconceived notions about him or ideas before you got the show with him?
Listen, the club, I just want to say, like, the club handled it as professionally as they could possibly handle it. Like,
well, you almost feel sorry for them.
It was a lot for them to deal with, man.
Yeah.
This is my first time meeting the guy. You know what I mean? Like, I was excited going to Tempe Improv. I was like listening to music. I was like bobbing my head. I was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna meet Jay Mohr tonight. This is gonna be fun, man.
So you didn't hear like about his shit before?
I don't stay plugged into comedy like that. Like I should.
So I could see that, man. I could see that. Like if you don't know that shit, you're kind of
But I don't listen to a lot of podcasts. I tend to unplug. From comedy, I just try to like stay in my lane and just focus on what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And I don't let other voices, try to get in my head and influence and just try to have my own outlook.
I guess what he was trying to say is because we already kind of disliked Jay Mohr before from some previous things, but within the last month was the Bert Kreischer incident. So I guess he's just trying to say if you heard about Bert Kreischer getting slapped before the show. Right?
I didn't.
Oh, not only that.
I knew about him stealing his Tracy Morgan story.
Yeah.
And the Tracy Morgan story.
I knew about that.
Jay Mohr is he doesn't have a good reputation within the comedy scene.
Maybe.
And so here's the thing. All right. If you ever hear Jay Mohr mention an Uncrustables, punch him. Because when I got off stage on the Late Show, I did 15, and I did one of my favorite bits I love doing in Phoenix, about kicked out of the Phoenix Zoo. And when I got off stage, Jay Mohr is like, how did you say that? And I was like, what? He goes,
oh, no.
My 3-year-old for being 3 and not 2. He goes, dude, you're really fucking funny. He's like, you're actually hilarious. And I'm like, you didn't need the actually in there. That felt condescending. But okay, thank you. The whole time he's just standing like this and he's sweating, man. And it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Is he known as a joke thief too, or?
Yeah, that was the other thing, is that he's known as a joke thief. So like, I felt weird telling him how I phrased that joke. I was like, fuck, is that going to fuck me?
Bang.